everyone, my name is Ivy and welcome to another video of InfoSec things. I know it's been a while since my last video, which was the Security Plus exam experience. It's been like a year. I want to thank you all for watching that video and I hope it really helped a lot of you. Anyway, for this video we're going to talk about my favorite InfoSec podcast. I think listening to podcasts is one of the most convenient habits that I've integrated in my day-to-day routine, because you can listen anywhere, anytime. You can do it while cooking, cleaning, taking a walk, or driving, or just about anything really. You do chores and get updated with the latest, so it's like hitting two birds with one stone. So I'm gonna talk about 5 podcasts that I listen to the most. Since it's a very small list, I don't have favorites between all of them because it really depends on my mood. I could marathon a podcast series in one sitting or not. It just depends on what I'm feeling because they vary from storytelling, work advice, career advice, and also a quick advice to those job hunting or getting into the industry, looking for a job. In the interviews, when they ask, how do you get updated with the latest security news? Just mention you listen to podcasts and mention all your favorites, because honestly that's how I got my current job. So yeah, let's jump into it. First up is Darknet Diaries. I think this is one of the most well-known InfoSec podcasts out there, and the name itself is very intriguing. Most of my coworkers listen to this, so no doubt everyone in the industry does. So the format of this podcast is more on like storytelling, and each episode is at least an hour long. It can be a bit daunting to listen to a 1 hour podcast, but it's very interesting. Like what I mentioned, it's a storytelling type about hackers or security professionals, one of the past breaches or hacks. The host, who is Jack Resider, is a really great storyteller, and I love how he deep dives into the topics very well, and he explains all of the jargons that I myself don't even know. So I think it's very suitable for anyone who doesn't know anything about technology. So it's basically suitable for anyone if that's what you're into. My favorite episode at the moment is episode 95, which is John and Brian's Big Adventure. It's about these two gentlemen who are penetration testers and they hack into buildings. So basically they're more like physical security pen testers and social engineers. Pretty cool. Their job just sounds so much fun when they get into buildings and how far they could hack into physical security. After listening to that episode, I aspire to have one of those jobs one day, but I'm a bit of a scaredy cat and I'm bad at lying. The next podcast is CyberWire Daily. The daily episodes are more like news headlines of the latest hacks or data breaches or vulnerabilities, and they are normally just 20 minutes long, and it's a good amount to get updated. You can listen to it while you're driving to work. And as we all know that being in this industry, it's very important to be updated with everything that's happening because vulnerabilities are critical everywhere, and it's our job to protect and patch. Hackers are very quick, so we have to outsmart them. So these episodes are great daily nuggets to consume. Next podcast is CyberWire Hacking Humans. I think this is a fortnightly or a weekly CyberWire series where they talk about everything social engineering, all about phishing scams or tactics and how to be safe online and how to keep your data safe. Not only online, but also being more aware of your surroundings and the people you interact with. So more of like situational awareness, and it makes you realize that no one should be trusted. Next up is Hacker Valley Studio. This is a very fun podcast hosted by Ron and Chris, and they get different people on their show and talk about how they landed a job in cybersecurity, what kind of job they perform. All the episodes are very interesting because you get to hear different stories on how they become successful in the industry and how they come to love it. And also they give tips for starters and noobs like myself. Next up is Cyberwork. This podcast is targeted also for listeners getting into the industry or students pursuing a career in tech. And it's also insightful for job hunters as well. They interview people in their show and discuss what to expect in the job and what employers are looking for. And they also talk about getting certifications and how security is very important in all industries. And the last one on my list is Hackable. This is actually one of the first InfoSec podcasts that I listened to, and I loved every single episode because it just sounds very cinematic and there's background music and sound effects to match the mood. Unfortunately, it's been 2 years since the last episode, so it's kind of sad. And I hope they revive it because it's just so entertaining. They talk about how everything can be hacked. I remember I marathoned a few episodes in one night when I was still very fresh in the industry. Basically, I was like a baby, all innocent and bright-eyed, being so amazed with hacking technology. And they are all still alive and playable in whatever platform of podcast that you listen to. So highly recommend to check it out. So here are a few of my honorable mentions, the ones that couldn't make it to the list because I only listened to a few episodes and really liked it, but never gotten back around to it. So getting into InfoSec. Hacked, the Social Engineer Podcast. And that's the list of all of my go-to InfoSec podcasts. Please share your favorite ones down below, your favorite episodes, so that I could listen to them. It doesn't have to be InfoSec related, but could be professional development, career advice, I want to know and digest more podcasts because I know there's a lot out there that I might not know yet. Help your girl out. Otherwise, I'll see you in another video coming soon. Bye!